Hey girl, hey, and welcome to today's clean and chat with me. So I wanted to do a bit of a kind of Q&A style video, but I didn't want to just sit here and drink coffee and do it just talking head style. So I'm going to take you along throughout the day. I'm going to be doing a few different cleaning projects. We're going to start a crock pot recipe that I'm like obsessed with, like it's one of my favorites. So I'll be sharing that here in a few minutes, but just answering some of you guys' questions and chatting with you about life and all the fun stuff that we've got going on over here. So if you were excited about that, ready to get your questions answered, click that thumbs up button and let's jump into it. One of the things that I needed to do today was wash our duvet. It has been way too long. I'm not even gonna say because I'm completely embarrassed at how long it has been since I've washed this duvet. So we're gonna get that done today. But one of the questions I was asked is, why did you start your YouTube channel, and kind of what made you start it and what made you start sharing content? So probably 5 or 6 years ago, I really got into watching YouTube and cleaning channels and mommy vloggers, and like I wasn't even a mom yet, and I was totally into these people and just felt really connected to them, and so I enjoyed it, and I was like, you know what, I think I could do that. And like a lot of people, it made me nervous, and I was like, what am I gonna share? What am I gonna talk about? Who wants to hear from me? I'm just a little mom from Tennessee or a little person from Tennessee. I wasn't even a mom at that point. But like, what do I have to share? And I was like, it looks cool. It looks fun. I love that these people have all these memories to look back on, and that like some of them, that's their job. Like that just sounds really cool in so many ways. So I just started, and it started with like Disney content and cleaning and like a little bit of everything. And so I was really all over the board. We were decorating the house, we were planning Disney trips and sharing tips about saving money and all these different things. And then fast forward to, I guess 2 years ago now? 1 year ago, 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years, yeah, 2 years ago now. My channel was so heavily like split between cleaning and Disney, I finally had to split off and do what you see now. So I have my original channel that has turned into Pixie Dusted Mom, where I share nothing but travel content, mainly Disney content. I would love to get into more like other travel, but with YouTube, when you pick a niche, it can be really hard to break out of that niche. And so like people expect a certain thing from you, they expect a certain topic. It's like here, if I'm constantly doing cleaning, and that's what Spoonful of Cleaning is all about, but then I completely switch and I started putting up hair tutorials and makeup, I'm gonna get a few views, but most people aren't, they didn't subscribe for that. They subscribed for the cleaning and the laundry and the decorating the house and putting up my Christmas tree every year. That's what most of you click that red subscribe button for, is because that's the kind of content you want to see. So it gets a little tricky, but that's a whole like rabbit trail. But I just thought it looked really cool, and I'm like, I think I could do that. Like, I'm pretty good with a camera. Like my parents, like I was growing up, they would film community events and weddings, and they were like videographers, and like, so I'm like, okay, I'm kind of used to camera equipment. And Dean's like, well, I know how to edit videos because of his college major, and he's like, I can help you. And he's like, anything that I can't help with, he's like, I'm sure we can find it on YouTube. And so he was like so encouraging from like day one, when I was like, I think this would be pretty cool to do. So just started making videos, and it's so much work. Like the video that you see itself is like the very tip of the iceberg. There's so much that goes on underneath, and there's so much time that goes into these videos, because like a cleaning video like this will take me hours to film and then hours to edit, and what you see is a 30-40 minute cleaning video, but it took literally like hours to get all of that done. And especially as a work from home mom, taking care of 2 little kids, trying to do homeschool, like all these different things, it's a lot. So I don't say that to discourage anyone, but I do share that is because that's some of the things that I didn't know about until I encountered them starting YouTube. So with that being said, Sorry, this is like the longest answer, but with that being said, it is one of those things. It's a lot of fun, but it is a lot of work, and it's a lot more work than people think. So, and again, I don't say that to discourage anybody, but I just want to be the voice of reality as a YouTuber, where that's not something I heard, is people were like, oh, you can totally do what I do. And well, yes, you can totally do what I do. It's a lot of work. So suffice it to say, it's a lot of work. But I'm gonna go get these into the washing machine, and then we're gonna move into probably, I probably need to get dinner in the crock pot. So we're gonna go work on that crock pot recipe really quick. All right, so today we are making Mississippi chicken in the crock pot. If you've had a Mississippi pot roast, this is kind of similar, but seriously, the easiest recipe I think I've ever made. So first you have to start out with dicing up an onion, and you'll get that all diced up, and then we're just going to go ahead and put that into the crock pot. So that's basically the only thing that you have to really cut with this is the onion. So I'm gonna just sprinkle that into the bottom of the crock pot here. And then after that, we're gonna add in the chicken. You can use chicken breast. I like to get the organic chicken when I can, and the thighs are usually, at least at our store, which is like, I usually shop at Walmart, the organic thighs are cheaper than the organic breasts. So I get these. So we're gonna go ahead and toss those in there on top of the onion. This is literally kind of a dump and go meal. Now we're gonna go in and put in 2 packets of ranch dressing seasoning, and then 2 packets of au jus gravy mix. So we're gonna dump both of those in there. Again, this is such an easy meal, I'm telling you. It is not complicated, and it tastes delicious. This has become one of our family's favorites in our rotation. Now we're gonna go in and add this jar of pepperoncinis. So I'm gonna add in the whole thing. Now we don't personally eat the pepperoncinis. We're not big pepperoni fan. We like other peppers, but these just kind of aren't our favorite, but the flavor of them are amazing. So you can either leave them in there and eat them if you want to, or if you're like our family, you can actually even take those out and the flavor is still there. So totally up to you. You can kind of customize this recipe to however you want, but we're just gonna dump that in there, juice and peppers and all. And then last but not least, we're going to add in a couple of pads of butter, so about a tablespoon each. I'm using the big Kerrygold butter, so they're nice long pads, and we're just laying them on top. And this is what it looks like in the crock pot. No, you don't have to stir it. You don't have to do anything. Like, I know it's like, oh my God, you don't have to stir that mixture in or anything. Nope, it is the easiest thing in the world to do. After that, we're just going to cover the crock pot, and we're gonna cook it on low for about 6 hours. And because I got a couple of questions in the last few videos that I've shared my crock pot in, this is one from Walmart. Our other one kind of bit the dust, and so I needed to get a new crock pot, and I thought this one was gorgeous. Like, a lot of you have commented, like, why is your crock pot so pretty? It was less than 50 bucks. It is the Beautiful by Drew Barrymore brand, the B by Beautiful, whatever. But it is awesome. I love that you can add the timer feature to it. Like, you can adjust the modes. Like, it's really cool. I love it. And it also has this little spot for the lid to rest out of the way, so it's pretty cool. But now that that's going, let's go get some more cleaning done. All right, so me and my camera and my cup of water, because Lord knows I need to stay hydrated today, have all moved upstairs to Bella's room. So I'm gonna be going through here. I need to work on our diaper stash. It's a little bit of a hot mess. I need to pull out the rest of the regular diapers, kind of sort through those, categorize any swim diapers, organize the pull-ups that have moved up here from Lucy's room where she doesn't need them anymore. So I have this kind of hot mess express over here, and it's been one of those things, I've been putting it off, but I'm like, no, today's the day, I need to do it, and we're gonna chat while I get this project done. So let's get to work. And while I'm working on this, we're gonna talk about the next question, and that is more about your house share layout, why everything is your decor will help us relate more. And I got a few different variations of that question, but lots about house sharing and why we do it, how does it work for us. And before I jump into it, I do want to share, I know this kind of situation is not for everybody. You get so many different opinions and thoughts when you say you house share or live with people or whatever label you want to throw on it. It has so many connotations to different people. And also, the only reason I like hesitate to talk about this anytime is when you throw something out on the internet, it is usually like it's opened up for opinions, and this is a public format and everybody gets to have a say in your life. And I do not mean this mean at all. So I hate confrontation. Like, I hate upsetting anybody. So I hope this doesn't upset anybody. But within our home, we have 4 adults. We have both my mom and my dad, and then myself and Dean, my husband. And we have enough cooks in the kitchen. So this is not opening up for opinion. This is just answering the question. So if you have thoughts about our situation, that's fine. But I'm not opening this up for feedback on our situation. This is just me answering the questions that you guys have and kind of sharing a little bit more about our situation. So I hope that makes sense. I hope I didn't offend anybody, but you know, sometimes it's inevitable that you're gonna hurt someone's feelings. But that's just kind of the situation. We have enough cooks in the kitchen. We're not taking any volunteers for cooks at this point. So, but with our living situation, my parents own the home. And so we house share here at their house. And my parents are very kind in the fact that they are like, treat it like it's your house. We don't care. Thankfully, they are into the same types of decor for the most part as I am. We have similar thoughts on that, so that helps that we get along. Like, I'm not wanting everything to be bright white, and they want everything painted rainbows and black hardware. Like, I don't know, I'm just pulling stuff out of thin air, but you know what I mean. They're not polar opposite. We're not black and white over here. We agree on most of the same things and like most of the same stuff. And they're like, as long as you're happy, we really don't care. It's your house too. You live here. So they're very open in that sense. And I know everybody's house share experience is not that way. You may live with family and you're very much in their home and you don't get much of a say. So I can't go through the house and be like, well, this is mine and that's theirs and this is that, because that would take literally all day. But I do, like, it's pretty 50-50 for the most part. Like, some of the furniture pieces downstairs are theirs. The new hutch that we got last year, that's the sideboard or whatever you want to call it, that's in the dining room. They paid for that. We paid for the dining table. We kind of split the load, and it just is what it is. And once this situation changes and we ended up getting our own house and all that kind of thing, then it'll look a little different. But we pay some of the bills, they pay some of the bills. We divide out the like costs of living in the home and things like that. But when it comes to like the mortgage, they take care of that because this is their house. When we move out, it's still gonna be their house. And so that's just kind of the situation. They picked the house that they wanted, and they want enough room for the girls to be able to come over and have sleepovers and like all this stuff. So they picked the house that they liked. That was another question that I had gotten, was would your parents ever downsize and you guys get the house? And I don't know. I can't obviously speak for them. I don't know that they would ever want to downsize. They might, maybe. It just all depends on obviously life and any other factors. But as far as like us getting the house, no. I don't mind living here, but as far as if I had pick of like houses and locations and like kitchen styles and all these things, like this would not be my first pick. And so ideally, when we're to that house buying process, we would pick somewhere else, or we would pick a different home. Like, we love the city we live in and the area, and we love being in Tennessee and close to family and whatnot, but this house is just not what I would personally pick. Another question is, why do you have so much Christmas stuff? So it kind of doubles back to the house sharing, but I have both decor that I have purchased with YouTube and just buying things that I personally like for decorating with, as well as my mom's decor. We have our childhood decor. We have like keepsake ornaments, and like we have so many boxes. And I showed it one year and I got all these comments of like, oh, you're such a hoarder. And it's like, no, we just have multiple families worth of Christmas stuff, and we really, really love Christmas. And so that's why we have so much Christmas stuff. I probably, whenever it comes time and we do end up moving out and getting our own place, I'm a little scared to go through the Christmas decor because I'm like, there's just so much of it. But we'll have to do that, and then at some point I'll probably do a purge. But I'm like, we would have to like separate everything first of like, this is mine, this is yours, and kind of going through all of that stuff. And then I would go through and purge my own stuff, because obviously I can't declutter, and that's the same thing even with decluttering the house. I can't declutter everything. It's like also why I never did the kitchen, or I don't like, the kitchen stresses me out, is because it's a small kitchen and we have multiple families things. Some things that work well for us, some things that work well for them, and so you've got, like I mentioned earlier, multiple cooks in the kitchen. And so like, we love cooking, they love cooking, we love using different things, and so we have like a lot of stuff in the kitchen. But if we were to take our things out of the kitchen and it went down to just their items, then it would be an appropriate amount of stuff for the kitchen, if that makes sense. So we're not just living here with them and utilizing their things, we kind of have made the house ours for the most part. In that whole shared space situation is we have stuff here too. It's not fully ours, some stuff's ours, some stuff's theirs, like I said, but yeah, that's also like part of why it's hard to like declutter things. But going back to it, at some point obviously I'll have to make some decisions. I can't, and that's part of even YouTube, is you do have to like buy things and find new things and like share stuff, and so it gets really busy with like all the different things. But with that being said, yes, that is why we have a lot of Christmas decor. There's like, we've got a lot of people's Christmas decor in this house. This space needs a good vacuum, so that's what I'm going to tackle while I answer this question, and that is, how do you keep the girls preoccupied while you get cleaning done? So it varies, and it's looked very different over the course of their life. When they were babies, I would do nap time hustles, and while they were sleeping, like one of their naps I would work, one of their naps I would do some cleaning projects, and so I would just kind of structure my day that way. Now that they are 2.5 and 4.5, I will try to clean while they're around. I know that isn't easy for some people, but for me, when they are napping or doing quiet time, I have to work on my computer and get some things done. So when I need to do, any focus tasks that require like my attention, I need to focus. I don't need to be split when I'm emailing with companies or when I'm editing a video. Like, I really need to kind of somewhat focus on things like that. When the girls are around, I will do cleaning projects. Like, I can fold laundry while they're around, I can pick up toys while they're around, I can vacuum while they're around. There's different things, so I'll just try to do that. And for keeping them preoccupied, I will let them play with their toys. I'll try to like play with them for 5 to 10 minutes, get them started, and then I will be like, all right, now mommy has to go get some things done, so I'm gonna go be cleaning the kitchen, or I'm gonna clean this, and you guys keep playing. Let them play and do what they can, or I will let them do some of their screen time during that. I'll let them watch, I'll throw on a TV show. Honestly, you just gotta do what you gotta do. Everybody's got an opinion on screen time, and so we're not gonna get off on all that, but that is when I will also do some cleaning. So we have our screen time rules, but when it's on, that's usually when I'm trying to get some stuff done. So that is another way that I will do that. I'll set them up with Play-Doh for a little bit at the kitchen table while I'm trying to get something done. Let them have a coloring project. I'll do like whatever I can, and I'll try to get some work done. That's kind of the biggest way I can do that right now. Like today, I'm able to get a little bit of work done without them because Dean is at home. It's Sunday afternoon, and so he's downstairs. He's actually washing dishes right now, and they are playing in the living room, and so he's able to kind of check in on them and able to help me out. So I do really appreciate that. The other question is, do you have a cleaning schedule? I'm trying to get back to a schedule. So I used to do Clean Mama, and I stuck to that for a while, and then once I got pregnant with Bella, everything fell apart and I never got back to it. And the phase of life I'm in, I'm trying to work on a new schedule. So we have instituted doing most nights a closing shift clean. So that's where we clean up the kitchen, I clean up the table, we wash dishes, we pick up in the living room. So where the girls have played, we pick up in the living room, we'll go, and then we'll also like pick up in each of their rooms as we're getting them ready for bed. We'll do a little clean in there, that sort of thing, and get the house kind of reset and kind of closed down for the night. That way it's ready to reopen in the morning when everybody wakes up. And that's been helping us a ton, is just getting into that routine. We are not perfect at it, but we're getting better, and we're just like, okay, time for closing shift, time for closing shift. And that's just like what we've been trying to do in our evenings. And then I am working on shifting my work schedule to where I can work, because I am a work from home mom, doing YouTube, editing videos, all that good stuff. If I can, shifting me like working and creating and doing YouTube stuff Monday through Thursday, and then on Friday have it as my reset day, and whether I film it or whether I don't, but doing a home reset where I get groceries, I restock, I prep everything for the weekend, I have things set up, so we have groceries in the house and we're not having to go grocery shopping over the weekend. That way we can enjoy our family time, and I'm not doing all that work when I could be spending time playing with the girls, or going to the park, or us taking a zoo day, or lounging around the house, or just doing whatever we want to do, working on a house project. In the spring, I'd love to do some gardening again. I'm not great at it, but I do enjoy it. So I'd love to do some of that again. But basically doing a big reset on Friday. So doing a little bit of like catch up on laundry, sheets, towels, cleaning bathrooms, anything that needs to like be cleaned or restocked, kind of handling that on Friday. So maybe I can film that in the future if that's something you guys are interested in seeing, is like my cleaning day or my house reset day. If that's something you're interested in, you can let me know. You can leave a little like house emoji in your comment, and that way I know, okay, she wants to see a house reset video. But that's kind of the answer to those two questions. I don't have a super schedule, but I'm trying to get back into one and get back into a rhythm. And that way, for me, I feel good in a routine, and when I can have a little bit of structure. I like spontaneity to a certain degree, but for the most part, if I can have a nice little structure, I'm good with that. So that is kind of what those two look like, but I need to head into the playroom and do some cleaning there, and then I'll answer a couple more questions. While I'm cleaning up in the playroom, I thought I would answer a couple of more questions. Random, but when I first followed you long ago, I saw you sold clothes aside from Poshmark. Did you have a boutique or work for a store? So at the time I had a Poshmark boutique years and years ago, but it took so much more work, and then as becoming a mom and deciding to invest more time into doing YouTube videos and my passion here, fashion and doing boutique stuff and having my own little boutique, just wasn't it. And also having to store the clothes and have all of the stock and keep up with it and everything, it was just a lot. And so inevitably made the decision to close down that boutique. It's just my Poshmark regular old closet now, so I'll sell just basic things in there. But I would do things where I would get clothes wholesale and I would sell them like a boutique. I would do what's called, I believe it's retail arbitrage, where you like go thrifting and you find really expensive things for really cheap, and then you make a decent little profit off of it because that person's still getting a great deal and you're making money for going and finding it, so that sort of thing. So just different ways to work from home. There are a lot of ways to make money, but that is one of the little things that I would do on the side for saving for trips or vacations and things like that, is working for myself on the side like that. Planner you suggest, looking for one to include meal planning. So the one I use is literally $10 from Amazon, and I really like it. It works well for me. It has a lot of organization to it. Again, it's not expensive. And so I will actually link that below. So if you're looking for a good one, it has a spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner there on that page as well. It helps you keep up with how much water you're drinking, your to-do list for the day, any hour blocking, so appointments you may have, Zoom calls, meetings, kids appointments, work, whatever you have to do, you can have a spot to write that as well. How did you get the courage to start filming? I've wanted to for years, but always overthink. That was my biggest thing, is I just had to get out of my own way and just do it. I'm like, I'm sure other people were nervous, and I've heard other people talk about how they were nervous. So I'm like, you know what? This is something that keeps coming up in me that I feel interested in. So I'm just gonna press record, and you know what? I'm not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, and everybody's not gonna agree with me, and I may have to deal with some hate or disagreements or whatever, because unfortunately sometimes the internet is not the nicest place. For the most part, I have been very fortunate that I've not dealt with a lot of mean comments, but it's not the nicest place in the world. So I definitely have some friends in the space that they have dealt with a lot of mean comments about them physically or about their homes, and people just have an opinion about everything. But honestly, if you enjoy doing it, you just have to go for it. And the biggest thing is just practice doing it over time. Picking up the camera now feels like second nature. The only time that I get a little nervous filming is when I'm filming in public, but locally or like in a store. So filming anymore, like at Disney World, I very rarely get nervous when I'm vlogging our vacations and things like that. But it's more nerve-wracking for me, like going and filming a TJ Maxx shop with me. Something like that makes me nervous because you get such weird looks. But yeah, that's kind of the only place anymore that I like have to give myself a pep talk and encourage myself to do that. How are you enjoying your home since the room switches? I'm so happy for you guys. We are really loving it. There for a while we were up kind of in this loft area of the house. If you've been around for a while, you know the room that I'm currently sitting in actually isn't the room that I was constantly in before. That was more upstairs. This was based more as our guest room. So we used to be in here, then we moved upstairs for a year or so, a couple of years maybe, I don't even, it all blurs together. And then now we're back here and having an actual bedroom. So a big reason for the move is we had family coming to visit us a lot at the time, and so it was grandparents, elderly. They're not great with stairs, and so they needed a place to be able to stay. And so just because we love our family, we love our grandparents, and we wanted them to be able to comfortably come and stay, we were like, you know what? I don't want them feeling like they're kicking us out of our room and we're on some blow-up mattress every time. So we made the decision to make the switch, and that worked well for a while, but we have unfortunately, since some of those grandparents have passed away, and so our situation has somewhat changed in that arena. So we're like, you know what? We can reclaim our bedroom and have an actual room. This is not the master of the house because we do house share, so my parents have the master. That's one thing I'm looking forward to, of having our own house and our own space, is having a master bedroom with a master bathroom and not sharing a tiny bathroom with two tiny human beings. So like all 4 people staying in one tiny bathroom. That is such a goal, and definitely something I'm looking forward to. But yes, we are really enjoying having just a little bit more of a private space where it's not like open to the rest of the house. Where in the evening we can hang out, we can watch TV, we can talk about our day, and just kind of have a little privacy for that. And so yeah, that's we're very much so enjoying it. Another question is, what are your goals for 2024? And I shared this over on my other channel, so I feel like I kind of have split personality sometimes, because I'm like, I shared it here, did I share it there, did I talk about this here? Where do I talk about what? So it kind of gets a little confusing as to what goes where. So a lot of home stuff goes here, cleaning, obviously, all that stuff goes here, and then travel stuff goes over there. But I did a big Q&A about that, and I kind of answered that over there. As for like our family and everything, our goals for 2024 is, our biggest one is to get out of debt. We are on track to, fingers crossed, be out of debt by the end of 2024 or a few months into 2025. Part of me wants to get excited because I'm like, I think we can actually do this. And then the other part of me is like, what if something happens? What if things slow down? What if jobs change? What if my YouTube goes kaput and nobody wants to watch my videos anymore? Like all these things, like it's all dependent upon all of that. And it's obviously, I mean, it's even like with your job, if you have like a regular 9 to 5, if your position gets cut, like you always have that in the back of your head, like what's going on, like concerns that you have. So obviously I have concerns, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to do that. And so my goal is to be able to this year pay off debt, and we're working towards that as a family. And then our goal for next year as a family is to buy a home. So we will have to like save up our deposit and do all that stuff, our down payment and all that kind of stuff. We're working through all of those things. But for now, we are working hard on getting out of debt. We emotionally spent, and have just up until the last few years, we were just ridiculous. Like everything went on a credit card, and we were just overspending, spending beyond our means. And so for now, we are reeling that back in. We're trying to work on sticking to, okay, we're cash flowing things, and we are just kind of structuring our lifestyle a little bit differently. I'm still doing vacations, but we're scaling it back. There for a while, I was like, okay, we're staying deluxe, we're doing this, and it's like, no, we can't sustain that lifestyle. Like, this is ridiculous. Every penny I'm making from YouTube is going right back into vacations. This is not what I want. I want a home, and I want to invest into that. And so our kind of deal for the longest is my husband's job paid for bills and like normal life, basically, so groceries, bills, all that kind of stuff. And then mine was for fun times. So we're kind of scaling back some of our fun times. We're still going, so I don't want you to think, oh, you're never going to go on vacation again. No, that's not it. We're not going full Dave Ramsey or something where we're cutting out everything. For my job, I have to go on vacation. I can't just be at home, so that's like part of my job. So still have to go on vacation, but with that, we are kind of scaling things back, adjusting how we're spending. We're not just splurging on everything, and just kind of had a heart to heart with myself on like, this is not what I want. Like inevitably staying a few nights deluxe all the time is not my big goal. My big goal is being in a home that I enjoy. I want to have my master bedroom. I want to have my master bathroom. That sort of thing. And so I want a separate workspace that isn't also our playroom. Like, I have goals, and so that's kind of what we're working towards. I don't want to feel this pressure of debt all the time and owing people money and them being in charge of where my paycheck goes. I'm like, you know what, I'm over this, we're done. So I've been talking for way too long here. This is getting more like chatty than cleaning, but yeah, that's just kind of, that's where we're going. That's 2024 for us, and hopefully 2025. So fingers crossed. But yeah, thank you. And just with all that being said, thank you guys so much for the support. Every time you like a video, you watch it, you let those commercials play, and you subscribe to the channel, you tell people about it, you share it with friends and family, and get them on board and get them watching and stuff, like that helps. When you shop my links, if you see a vacuum in my video that you like and you buy the vacuum through my link, that is just another small way that you are helping to support my family, and that's how I get my paycheck. So I really appreciate it. I cannot thank you enough for all of the love and support. Like, I'm just constantly blown away that I get to do this, because so many people do start channels and they don't make it, or they give up, and just for a myriad of reasons they don't get to this. And I'm so fortunate and very, very grateful, and would not get to do anything that I get to do without you guys watching and being so kind and supportive. So with that being said, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so, so grateful for you. So I saw this lady shred her chicken with her stand mixer the other day. So I'm gonna put it in here and try it because, I mean, it worked on Instagram, so it should work here, right? Okay, now that we are all finished with dinner, I am like full, fat, and happy. I love that meal way too much. It is not the prettiest thing, like with the way it was shredded. It really finely shredded it, so it's like meat mush. So it may, I don't know, some of you may be like, oh my god, girl, that looks disgusting. That's like repulsive, but it tastes divine and it smells so good cooking in the crock pot all day. Like, I'm always so excited for that. But I'm gonna try to quickly move through a few more of these questions because they've been kind of like juicy ones, so it's been a lot to try to like talk through. It's not just like simple yes or no questions. I don't feel like anything though with me is a simple yes or no question. But let's see, this one is, any house hunting goal updates, rooting for you. Thank you, I appreciate that. Very excited. So we're not like house hunting, going to open houses like yet. That's probably not gonna officially happen until end of this year, next year. But I am so stinking excited. We're getting ready to pay off the first credit card. So we have between like just loans and credit card payments, or like credit cards and our cars and everything, we have 11 loans to pay off. And we're getting ready to pay off the very first one, which is a credit card, and I am so stinking excited. I'm just waiting for the paycheck to hit my account. I can literally see it pending, and I'm like, can you please clear so I can just like pay this off, because it's like I'm so close, and as soon as that hits, I'm gonna get to do it. So I'm really excited. So thank you for rooting for us and like being so excited. Because I mean, like, paying off debt usually isn't something that people like rally behind. It's like buying a new car or buying a new house or whatever. But I mean, it's one of those, this is a step towards that. But I'm so stinking excited. I'm like, the second that clears, I'm just like, gonna be doing a happy dance. I'm like, I'm so ready. But so that's kind of that. I mean, we are like, as far as like housing, I am, I mean, we've been kind of perusing like stuff, obviously, like we always have, just like window shopping, you know what I mean? So we'll see, but yeah, I'm just excited, and I'm so ready, just trying to focus on though stepping through getting out of debt and like focusing on that. So yeah, that's the goal for now. Let's see, how many people live in your house? So there are 6 of us total. So I have obviously myself and Dean, and then the girls, and our two little girls, if you're new or whatever. I have a 4.5-year-old Lucy and a 2.5-year-old named Bella, and then my mom and my dad. So we are one big family under one roof. And then I did see another question was, how many bedrooms, like whatever, and it is technically it's a 3. I don't think Bella's bedroom counts, like zoning and whatever. Long story short, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. So that's that. Let's see, when will you start decorating for spring? Do you plan to film it? Okay, so I am planning to film spring decorating. I started to do Valentine's, but then we've just been so busy, and it's like the end of January when I'm filming this. I'm like, it kind of feels pointless. So probably the next kind of clean and decorate that with me that you'll see, I want to do one that's like Disney related, because I have all of this like Disney Ray done and all these other pieces that are Disney kind of related decor. So I would love to do that. So sometime in February, early February, I think it is, I have that. I want to film that because I've got it on like a content calendar of like mapping that out. But that's my goal. And then I don't know if I want to do like spring cleaning first and then move into spring decorating, or if I just want to like kind of go room by room and clean and decorate. I don't know. I haven't quite decided because I know some people love seeing it all in one video, and I kind of have to think this way of like, okay, how are you guys going to enjoy this the most? And so you can let me know down in the comments, like, do you want to see like deep cleaning and decorating in one video, or should it be like spring deep cleaning and then spring decorating in another video? So you guys can let me know your thoughts, because I'm trying to like figure it out and read minds and like see, okay, what's popular, like what videos do you guys prefer, that sort of thing, because obviously it's going to be a little deeper than just like wiping down things. So we're going to do a little bit more deep cleaning, so we'll see. But you can let me know your thoughts. Let's see. Okay, this is an interesting one. Which channel brings you more income, cleaning or Disney? Okay, so it depends on the time of year. When most of the year, the Disney Pixie Dusted Mom is the higher earning channel. I don't know, my cleaning videos, they just haven't been as successful. They haven't gotten as many views throughout the year as my vlogs and pack with me's and travel videos and all that do. And then also on the affiliate side of things, that's kind of coupled with that, that obviously I'm constantly sharing products in those kinds of videos, where in cleaning videos it's less like linking and sharing products and things like that, if that makes any sense. So yeah, definitely Pixie. But then during the Christmas season, so like October, November, those couple months, Spoonful of Cleaning, this channel, outperforms usually Pixie, because thankfully my Christmas clean and decorate with me's, I guess because I'm one of the random people that like decorate really early, just because I enjoy decorating really early. But because I enjoy decorating really early, those go up sooner, and so maybe it's just kind of first out the gate they're really popular. That's all I can think of, and so in that sense, my views and everything, that makes more money. So that was a very long answer of it depends. Let's see. Easy meals or lunches for toddlers. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I don't know, that's always my go-to when I'm like, what are we gonna have? A lot of times we will try to eat like leftovers and things, so that all depends. But maybe in my some of my upcoming videos I can share a bit more of that, or maybe on Instagram stories is share more of that. We are very basic and we eat the same thing a lot. Like, it's just kind of repetitive. So it all depends on the day. What was the spark that made you start this channel? So a lot of it was as far as starting Spoonful of Cleaning and separating the two channels, I'm thinking that's what you mean, is I was coming up with more and more Disney content, and that was becoming more and more successful, where, hi. Sorry, I was interrupted, but my Disney content was picking up. That was becoming more and more popular, and the cleaning videos just weren't quite doing as well over there. But I didn't want to completely just give up the cleaning channel, or the cleaning aspect, and home vlogs, and just that homemaker side of things, because that's also very much a part of me. Like, I don't live, eat, and breathe planning Disney trips. Probably that doesn't seem like the case, but I promise I am way more than just planning Disney vacations. So yeah, and okay, I'm finished with this, and I just don't want this video to drone on and on of me just standing here answering questions. But last one is, do you have a channel you prefer doing videos for between the two? I think that's such an interesting question, and honestly it depends. My creativity kind of, sorry if you can hear the girls, they're singing, but it kind of ebbs and flows. Like, some weeks or some days I'm feeling really inspired to create cleaning videos and homemaking, or I have a vision for a decorating video or a project or something like that, and I'm really excited and ready to go on a project like that. And then there's other times I am very into whatever, like a Disney video idea that I have, and I'm like really passionate about that, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna make such a great topic, or I'm brainstorming all these ideas for how I can make the vlogs better, or that sort of thing. So honestly, it depends, and that's why I love having both of them, because it gives the multiple sides of me a creative outlet more than just doing the Disney content over on Pixie Dusted Mom. So yeah, it's another one of those, it depends. Right now I've been really excited about my Disney videos, but I'm getting more excited about like working and re-honing some of my cleaning videos and stuff like that. So very excited about both of those, but I think I'm just gonna have to cap it here. There are so many questions I would love to get to, and maybe I can do this in another video if you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see another video like this in the future, or maybe do like film a regular cleaning video, but instead of doing a traditional voiceover is take questions and kind of do it podcast style while you can watch the cleaning, and then it's got me like answering questions and chatting over top of it. So you guys let me know what you think. I would love to maybe incorporate some of that too. So let me know, but thank you again. I hope you did enjoy it and kind of got to know me a little bit better. But thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, subscribing, and just all of your support, because I'm literally getting to live out a dream because of you guys. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.